What's going on YouTube? Just wanted to drop off this video, right? So I'm pretty sure I find this information very important, like this affect everybody. So that's why this would bring me to make this video, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us has been hearing what's been going on far wise is them releasing GMO, genetically modified mosquitoes down in Florida and Texas and things of this nature, and how we all know that Bill Gates and his foundation also is leading the fight. Allegedly, I use air quotes against mosquitoes too. Now, what's intriguing about this and why I find this important, because the first time that this was thought of was, of course, no other than, the Nazis. The Nazis actually wanted to employ this tactic to infect their enemies with malaria. So they were playing. Now they say that they had planned on doing it, meaning that I guess they're saying that they didn't do it. My whole thing is, how will we know that they planned on doing it and they didn't do it because of Operation Paperclip? But moving on, Nazi scientists plan to use mosquitoes as a biological weapon. Now, they say those who don't study the past is doomed to repeat it. And I believe this is all allegedly. This is not concrete. They're already, what they're doing now is already fact checked, and people who talk about this linking Bill Gates to the recent malaria outbreaks, because I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but we had I believe like 5 recent malaria cases here in the States as well. Coincidentally, whenever these elites start raising an alarm about things, you best to believe that these things are going to happen. Just how he was saying that malaria was going to be a problem, they're going to happen. Just how he said that in Event 201 at the John Hopkins building up in New York, when they had preparedness simulation going on, they said right before COVID-19 became a thing, they discussed preparedness for such to be honest, for specifically COVID. I'm trying to not say the wrong thing so they won't flag me or whatever or whatnot. So yeah, Bill Gates said that we have to get prepared for something like coronavirus, and coronavirus happened. So whenever these people say something like that, you best believe that whatever they say is going to come to fruition, because I believe well, we all know why it's going to come to fruition. But moving right along though. So as I stated, but this is what I find crazy about this, because most recently in Baltimore, we have people saying that a helicopter flew over. Now, the helicopter flew over and released mosquitoes as well, and these people got bit up or whatever or whatnot. But what's more interesting in this though is not only did the Nazis plan on using this same type of technique to infect their enemies, right? The Army also conducted an experiment like this in the black urban area down in Georgia in 1956. Okay, no, man, that's on another video I'm working on. I'm trying to see. Okay, here we go. Was this it about the Army? Yeah, see, in 1956, the Army did the same thing down there in Savannah, Georgia, right? And it's people who say that the Army used them as biological weapons and they affected them with, diseases and things of this nature. So I'm not sure why we are allowing these people to continuously do this. Now they're saying that they also use mosquitoes to vaccinate humans. So we have to understand the war and what's going on. I just want to pull up this article right quick. See, now we have to really pay attention and understand the type of war that's being waged against us. This is not just for targeted individuals. We're not the only one. This is for everyone. for everyone. A box of 200 mosquitoes did the vaccinate in this malaria trial. That's not a joke. So, hypothetically speaking, if these people wanted to, under the guise of malaria, they could release these things and tell us that they're not affected, because it's not like we have the proper tools or education to capture one of those, to test it, and to find out if it's infected or not. So these people could literally tell us anything. But then again, who trusts the army? Anything the army's involved in, anything these higher ups trying to tell us how we should be living life. And these are the same people who's profiting on both ends. They're funding the research. They're, the Hegelian dialects: problem, react, solution. They cause the problem, see how we react, then offer the solution. This is the same thing that's going on, but let's hear, or let's watch a little footage from what just recently happened in Baltimore, right? This just recently happened.
This shit happened out of nowhere. You just sit here and that just started attacking all these people. People are leaving. Shit.
Now, if you could see that these people are literally warding off insects. They're reaching for their arms as if they're being bitten right now. These people noticed this helicopter flying low over them at this festival in Baltimore a few days ago, releasing mosquitoes. So these people could literally do this type of thing with no informed consent. And they want us to trust them. Why would we trust them when we know during Operation Paperclip, y'all took all of those scientists, over 500 plus scientists, gave them new names, new identities. Y'all brung them over here to the United States, gave them some of the best jobs, let them start NASA, Warner Von Braun, all of these things with the Tuskegee experiments and everything. Why would we continue to trust these people? That's even with our armed services. These people are corrupt to the core. When I say corrupt to the core, they are corrupt to the core. Let's finish watching some of this video.
It's attacking all these people. Out of fucking nowhere, it started. We were just sitting here for hours. Okay, I'm getting out of here.
The people fanning them off.
Well, isn't it interesting that right after these Black citizens were recording and then making these allegations, you have, I'm telling you, them folks, the Mzungu media went crazy and immediately start putting out statements and writing.
I'm not going to play too much of this content right here. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that now we have to be, as I stated, aware of the type of warfare that we're under right now. If everybody just took a second to understand, but it's easy to see why we miss things like this. And I'm saying we as a people, like even to the bots, the people who sleep, because we're not trained to notice these things. So someone who lack awareness or lack intuition or a sense of discernment, they're going to always miss things like this. You have to understand, since earlier this year, we've been having all these train derailments with dangerous chemicals always near a body of water. Then we had, don't forget about the factories that's being burnt down, all of the animals that was found dead. They blamed it on heat wave, the thousands of cattle that died. When the stuff that's being sprayed in the air, when people see these things, I'm not sure the banks collapsing. I'm not sure how people don't understand the type of warfare that we're under right now. Like, it's literally all out warfare and people are still asleep. They're still asleep. The Nazis considered using mosquitoes as biological weapons during the Second World War. Research has revealed. Towards the end of the war, scientists at an institution in Dachau, however you ever say that, conducted research into how malaria-infected insects could be kept alive for long enough to be released into enemy territory. So I'm not understanding why we have people like this and organizations like this always know what's going to happen, what's about to happen, and they're always the ones that profit from our pain. There was an article that I did have up. Oh, this is them already trying to cover for Billy Gates, saying that it's unrelated. 2023. So the guy who's dealing with malaria cases, the guy who's over there in Africa fighting malaria cases, already got his footprints over there and things like this, is also the guy that's helping. This guy has no doctrine whatsoever. If any one of us was to come out and give any type of medical advice, we would be slapped with a label. But yet and still, this guy, because he's a billionaire, he's able to have his 2 cents inputted and say that he feels as though that the whole world needs a certain jab or a potion or whatever or whatnot. And I think that this is some dangerous things that we're allowing to go on here. But as you can see, y'all understand what times we are in right now. It's just ridiculous. Let me see. Just recently, they released it more. They released more mosquitoes just recently, as I stated, in Texas and Florida, I believe. Let me make sure. We really have to understand the type of warfare that we're under right now, because these people are literally raging war on us right in our face, and they're gaslighting the masses. So they first did this in 2021. This is dangerous. Yeah, but I just wanted y'all to wanted to share this information with y'all, to the new subscribers, those who find it interesting. As I stated, knowing is half the battle. And that's why I feel as though information like this is meant to be shared worldwide for real. Because this, as I stated, affects everyone. It don't matter what color you are. I mean, it doesn't matter your background or what. This affects all of us.